Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the iLeague Season 3. We are in our last game for this evening. Day 2 of iLeague is coming to a close and we have one team going home. Is it IG or is it EP? We are now one apiece. I'm Lysander, joined here by Blaze Caston. Welcome to the broadcast, my 420 friend.
And it's going to be a pretty interesting one. I mean, to wrap up Game 3 here, we've got Invictus Gaming picking up the Drow for themselves. So despite a nerf that I thought would actually take Drow out of the metagame for the most part, we're seeing her picked up on the side of IG. And, I mean, like, obviously, the Drow Ranger Wind Ranger combo is a bit of an exception in my mind. Like, that's the way you use Precision Aura now. But I feel like the nerfs that actually attached to her Precision Aura, and the fact that it is a 2-minute cooldown makes it so that it's very difficult to really get the most value out of this hero, and yet, here we see it picked up. The silence is going to be good against the Queen of Pain. In general, I think they're going to have pretty good lanes because of the aura, but it is really surprising that it's still a high priority pickup.
Well, you think Drow's a cheese? Can you label it as cheese? Is it like the cannon rush of Dota?
I mean, it's kind of like I don't know, it almost feels a little lazy in the sense that it's like, yeah, we can just win lanes with that. It's like, yeah, Viper and Drow Ranger will destroy lanes, and that's great. And if lanes is all that matters, then good game. But I really do feel like it has limited potential breaching past when she gets level 16. That's when she hits her peak, and other heroes start doing carrying the heavy lifting for her, essentially. So, yeah, I would say it's almost a little bit of a tempo cheese, just trying to win the lanes and assuming that they'll be able to find team fights after that.
Well, it does look like EP are gonna pick Tony. I'm not sure Tony is great against Viper or Drow. Tiny is heavily kited by Drow or Viper.
Yeah, no, they won't pick a Tiny here, I don't think. That would be a pretty big mistake.
Storm? I think Storm is perfect in this case.
Ooh, there's a lot to deal with now. I mean, there's no control, right? Like, there's only slowing effects and telekinesis.
Chaos Knight. We need to see some massage.
They go with the Tiny anyways. I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, Bristleback, Viper, and Drow. They're gonna wreck this Tiny, and they can just wrap up the lineup with a Disruptor here and be Gucci, to borrow a term. I think Disruptor would be excellent. Great against Queen, great against IO Tiny, Glimpse the Wisp, Silence the Tiny, etc., etc. I feel like EP might have made a big mistake here, though.
Yeah, I don't know. I would have preferred so many other heroes. I think Phantom Lancer can avoid being kited better. Slark is actually pretty good here. CK, as you mentioned, great when he's not caught in a silence. So I think overall, yeah, just they don't really get that much value out of the Tiny. He's going to be kited very hard. And while Wisp Tiny is a classic, I think that they could have gone for something else. But it's what they've got on the board, so we'll look for Chain Stuns. We'll look for Avalanche Toss and Lion to do some quick burst combos. The Queen of Pain will get involved with that too. And I guess they just want to single out the Drow really early on. Maybe even the Tiny goes a Blink Dagger.
Yeah, I think Arteezy did have an interview a while back on, in the Summit with Hotbit, and he did mention that he borrowed this Blink Dagger build from Envy. A lot of carry Tinies or the Wisp Tinies, they don't get the Blink Dagger because they rely on the Wisp for positioning. And they go for instead Drums, Aghanim Scepter, BKB the like, Assault Cuirass. And skip on that Blink Dagger, and I love this Dazzle pick here. I love it. Minus armor, you just shatter whoever comes near you. And Dazzle has a great attack animation as well, so he's going to benefit a lot from this Drow Aura in terms of off-lane zoning. So I think it's great. What EP picked to go on this off-lane, I wonder? Is it some team fight, you know, to set up the
I think it has to be Puck or something.
Puck? You think Puck?
Yeah.
I was thinking.
I think they have to lock.
No?
I think they have to lock in IG. If they don't do that, then they're just going to run circles around him. I mean, even Dazzle could max out Poison Touch and get that slow, which would just be disastrous for Tiny to deal with.
I've never seen Dazzle.
Just,
what?
Yeah, but they go with something with no control at all. I'm not exactly sold on this. Literally all they're doing is just going for burst combo. They're like, Finger of Death, Sonic Wave, Avatos, Thunder God's Wrath, kill, kill. But I feel like if IG played this right, all they have to do is just outmaneuver and slow down this Tiny so that he can't do anything, and then they just have to worry about the Queen of Pain damage. One good Gust, one good Telekinesis, and they can burst her down.
Well, it is a good combo with heroes with long reach like Queen as well as Tiny, because you If you see someone and then you want to pick him off, you have Zeus to set it up, softening him with the God's Wrath, at the same time giving you vision. It's why Bounty Hunter is so powerful this version, because all the tempo heroes all have that ability to close the gap very quickly. They just need the vision, the security to jump in. And knowing where to jump in is a really big deal. That's why well, you could say the Whirling Axe's vision nerf to Troll might not seem like a big deal, but it actually can be. Especially in the laning phase where there's a lot of juking in the jungle and whatnot. And well, this Zeus is gonna TP down to the bottom lane, immediately dropping a ward before the creeps are out. You know, he really wants to make sure that the creeps are not pulled, at least for the first 2 waves. So I like this play here from Zeus. It will secure him at least level 2 or level 3, maybe enough to get that Soul Ring online. But yeah, enough of that strategy for now. We're going to run through the teams. We have EP having that Queen of Pain on Old Chicken. We have Fan the Tiny, Le on the Io, Lion on the played by LT, and we have Zeus played by Xiao Tulei. IG is all yours.
Yeah, looking over at IG, of course, we've got Chuan running on the support Rubik. Up top, we have Luo in a close contest with his opposition, but he's going to be in the Bristleback off lane here, getting his ward down already. Ferrari's going to be taking the mid Viper, which leaves us with the safe laners. Of course, you've got the Drow Ranger played by Burning, and then Faith running on the Dazzle. But right now, we've already got a very aggressive ward stance, trying to block off the Ancients and get good understanding of this position. And it looks like they got the top rune secured, but nobody's making their move towards the bounty just yet. It looks like Faith and Burning will take that one up for themselves.
Yeah, I like this early territory marking from EP. They just stand on the higher ground, prevent any kind of contest for this top rune. Would have liked to see them actually try for the bottom one as well, but well, they'll concede that one to Burning, and the Queen will be half a level ahead of this Bristol back mid. Ooh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, they seem pretty indecisive about that bottom bounty rune, just like who they wanted to give it to. Nobody was really camping it out, but in the end, Burning does pick it up. He'll make his way towards level 6 all the more swiftly, and of course, more early stats for him. So I'm curious if he goes for level 1 Precision Aura for the lanes, or if he goes for level 1 Frost Arrows to zone back the Zeus a little harder, since you don't get creep aggro
Zeus
when you activate an orb.
Lane, though. He was just zapping
yeah,
from 700 range.
But Drow's got that range that can really put the pressure out, and I think this could be the play right here. But Burning, he's trying to just ward him off, make sure he misses a couple of last hits, but in the end he has to focus on his own farm first.
Oh. Yeah, Zeus ultimately will be annoying. He can actually chip you down very low if you're not careful, because Burning, he has gone for the magic wand, and I like how Xiao Tulei has been playing. He has been sapping away from the trees, not give Burning the free wand charges. So little things like that will help him up the advantage in this lane. And it looks like Lion has been sent to the bottom to deal with this Burning Drow Ranger, and Faith has decided to TP down to the bottom lane to actually help out a little bit. So
and Tiny's going mid. Yeah. Says screw it. I'm not gonna get even like in the next 10 minutes. I might get 10 CS up top. So Viper. He just goes for the 1v1.
Yeah, they predicted this Tiny mid, and they brought the Bristle over. They wanted to punish the Queen of Pain with the Viper Rubik, but in the end, EP kind of outlaned themselves by switching up the lanes up prematurely, and well, the prediction of a prediction going wrong.
Tiny's farm is the most important, though. Out of all the heroes, they have to give him a good lane. So this
Chicken. Yeah, he's fine. He's just taking a lot of right clicks. Doesn't want to blink unnecessarily because it means he has that 12-second window where he can't actually go near the creep wave. So has to be played very careful here. I'm surprised Xiao Tulei didn't actually get more clarities than what he initially got. I guess he was poor. Yeah, I guess he was poor. So
yeah, I mean, you could kind of go for like a Soul Ring rush with some guaranteed CS on bottom, but he's only gotten 7, so he's still going to be a ways off of that Soul Ring. And yeah, as it stands, he doesn't have any mana left. No regen rune spawn for maybe another couple minutes. And interesting position for him. He actually might just feed now. Best. Okay, so they're not going to get the Frost Arrows out, just Faith forcing him out. But now this is a Zeus with no HP, no mana. Just pretty much have to go
low in the middle, and he's going to die. Yeah, Impale to start, and no Hex though. No Hex on the Lion. No toss as well. Fun. No, they're waiting for that. They're going to toss him backwards. And yes, toss the Piggy. Don't let him heal up. Toss it. No, he tosses it onto himself. Okay. The Llama comes in with the magic wand. We are gonna have stuns in 3 seconds, and it might be Luo's death here, or Fawn's. If he's not careful, there is no mana follow-up. He sticks up, and there's a toss. No! Bristle back, balance, and now we may get a triple kill. What is going on here? What is going on? Oh man, if it wasn't for the Wisp tether, it would have been a triple kill. What Oh my gosh. Here comes the queen. She's gonna try. Okay, and the stun! Okay, they get him. He faces front a little bit, and Luo will actually concede a kill to the lion, but... Well, that was a true showcase of balance right there.
Oh, that was
Oh,
very weird movement coming in from EP there. They didn't toss back. They just tossed up. They didn't get the damage they
yeah,
needed to. There was a full bottle refilled by the bristleback. He had plenty of HP mana to work with. No, that was just
that was
a
sad.
wild porcupine
One armor
chase.
tiny. Yeah, rock guy,
Awkward stuff.
not really resistant to spines. He's a tender guy deep inside, tiny. Look at his face, kind face. He gets mean when he grows up, though. Spoiler alert.
Mm, yeah, those teenage years never really go well.
Hormonal tiny, not something you want to get behind. Even has the wood to go with it. Ah, okay, PG. All right, I'm rolling dad jokes today. But yeah, Luo is going to be very happy with that first blood. It will secure him that magic wand upgrade as well as the boots of speed and fun. Going to be on the back foot already, and having no boots, he really can't afford to be too far off the side there, lest he get caught out by a wandering Rubik or even maybe a roaming Viper if it does come to that. Old Chicken, how's he looking? 11-4 to Vipers 23-7, so Ferrari is crushing face here.
So overall, I mean, you look at the last hits, we got 3 on top for IG. That's what you'd expect from the draft here. The Viper and the Draw Drop, they're meant to win lanes. They're meant to make sure that the Tiny doesn't get much farm. In this case, the Zeus isn't getting all that much either. And yeah, overall, I think that EP are going to have a really difficult time breaking into a calm mid-game. In fact, Zeus here, yeah, might be in some trouble. He will have this ward giving him vision, but if those, even one Frost Arrow connected in this kind of spot, then that would be him just
It's level
dying.
3 Frost Arrow.
Well, actually, that'd be him TPing away, because they don't have interrupt, but still, it's him forced out of the lane.
Yeah, well, level 3 Frost Arrows, Burning ain't playing around. He wants to lay it in, and he's about to hit level 6, and that's the power surge here for the Drow Ranger. And I don't think the Zeus will be able to come close anymore. He will be able to spam Arc Lightning from the safety of nighttime, but he has to play it very careful. Burning's having Spidey sense. He knows where the Zeus is roughly at, and he's just running it there. And if one Frost Arrow connects, like you said, game over.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's actually going to, as long as he has 75 mana, he'll be okay. And that's actually one big weakness to IG's draft. They have great lanes, they have great control, but he's just going to TP, and they have no interrupts with the room.
He's dead! Oh wow, he nearly died despite the TP. Nearly.
Yeah, because he had the Soul Ring for it. That was the big problem. It's still good reaction from him, though. Yeah. And he does end up, just by the skin of his teeth, surviving.
Yeah. Old Chicken has that Sonic Wave. I think that's a turning point for him. He could look to blow Chuan up into the air. With that, Ferrari is here not respecting the co-op. Then again, you don't really need to respect the co-op when you're that far ahead with the True Shot as well as the Power Threads. Feeling very bulky, I think, out of Queen as well as Lion's Burst range. And I'm not sure if this Observer was saw Lion coming in, though. Oh, fun in the middle lane. Sitting at 21 last hits to that Bristleback's 27. Law's having an easy time here. Normally, heroes would be afraid of a tiny Wisp lane, but Bristleback, he doesn't care, man. He's got too much life, and if he faces his, if he turns his back before he gets tossed up, he's gonna ever tossed. He's gonna have a lot less problems. This is very dangerous from Xiao Tulei. He doesn't have TP for 10 seconds. He's gonna get caught. Burning. He's gonna see him. Night vision. Oh no, that's one arrow. That was too close. Okay, but Drone no longer has the night vision. Yeah.
No, I think it got rebalanced, and she just has the normal one. So
yeah.
Can't find those easy picks, but yeah, still, I mean, that's good pressure out on the lane. We're going to see all lanes being forced back, and yeah, that Bristleback has just been, Lou's been really good about turning his back and making sure that he can't be comboed up by the Tinies, Avalanches, etc. And also the Wisp is very underleveled. Like, this Wisp barely just hit level 3. Like, finally he's going to get some good experience per minute thanks to the neutrals that they're farming up now, but it's been a long time coming. Lei just hasn't really put out much pressure on the lanes.
Yeah, well, it's I think it's fine. Honestly, I think it's fine for now. They want to hit that power level, although the level 2 lightning is kind of odd to me. But you know, he just wants to hit that level. Oh wow, Spidey sense. Never mind. Getting excited for nothing. No stuns. It's time to whip out the old Basher Drow. But
yeah, seriously, just.
Bristleback, could go Basher, I guess. But he has a lot of other things to talk about first. Fun has to be careful. Triple quills. Good die here. Double damage duel. Wrap around the tower maybe. Dive.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen Yules kind of help in all the situations where, like, you have absolute cancels, but with the nerf to it, so that it costs so much mana, it hardly seems worthwhile. I mean, it still could be picked up on a hero like Viper, but they're probably just going to emphasize damage and be saying, okay, well, we're okay with you TPing home as long as you can't hold onto your tier 1 towers, and then kind of go from there. But we'll see. Right now, at least, they're holding their lanes, EP, are minimizing losses, and they're getting into their mid-game stride. I'm not sure if it's going to be all that powerful against this draft, but...
One-shot Chuan.
Yeah.
No, he blinks away. Okay. They can actually really one-shot Chuan. With the God's Wrath, it's easy. When I say one-shot, I mean 3-shot. But, yeah. Sonic Wave, Scream, and God's Wrath should be more than enough. I hear TPs coming in. They are going to try and make something happen. Chuan, 5 and then some. Nearly have that spell steal ready, but not going to go for it. I think Lion and Zeus are just here to hold the line. Batter down the hatches and try and get things at status quo for now. I don't think they're going to be successful though. Zeus, I mean, as great as he is at dealing with pushes, Draw Ranger. We talked about that, 200 damage by level 9, level 10. So, nothing he can really do about it. The old security guard Zeus is just going to be able to get farm, but not hold that tier 1. Okay, farm.
So
We have Burning at the top. But yeah, like you're saying.
yeah, I mean, we're going to see Lion make a rotation around here. They're going to try to go for another play on the Bristleback, but it seems pretty risky. At least they get the ward down, so they make sure that he's not going to be farming Ancients a bunch. But if they actually go for a gank play, it seems like actually a pretty low percentage play against the Bristleback that's gotten this farm this quickly. Vitality Booster, plus Power Tretch, and 3 points in his passive. They have to pretty much commit everything to bring this guy down. Lua is just such a beast, and even caught out of a position like this, they might be able to reinforce him.
Okay, will we see a repeat of what happens? Sonic Wave, he lands on 2. Now Chuan, he's taking half his health as damage, but fun. He smokes, he sticks up and he TPs there, and he turns around to fight. He has toss ready. Chuan flies up into the air, lands on his ass. Down he goes. Viper is here to clean things up. Fan will go down. The Grave is up. Burning will survive. He lays down the hut. Oh, chicken! And now a dead chicken. Burning! Ooh, surviving that God's Wrath, thanks to that last second engrave, and now is going to go for Ancients? Yeah, he's going to go for Ancients here. He realizes with that high amount of armor, he will be able to tank up the right clicks coming in. Once again, an odd fight here for EPIG. They do get 1 core, 1 support each, I think. Well, there are 2 cores for 1 support and 1 core. So it's a slight disadvantage for them. IG came out ahead because of that clutch grave from Faith. And I really like it. Keeping that Drow alive for even a little bit longer is going to be excellent. And Bristleback as well. He can cause a lot of damage in that 5 seconds he's alive.
Yeah, I mean, that Bristleback was able to just soak up so much damage. They literally had to commit everything to him. The toss did the exact amount of damage it needed to bring him down, and honestly, like, the Dazzle gets there a little bit sooner, and that doesn't even work. Like, the fact that Bristleback was able to soak up so much there just gets them the easy fight. Now they take the tower, and they start to build momentum heavily. Again, they still have some problems guaranteeing the kills, but as long as they keep map control, they're limiting EP's potential to break into a position where they can actually burst people down.
Yeah, and the thing is, what is this Queen of Pain going? I mean, double null talismans, it's stat heavy, but it doesn't really talk about his item build. Yeah.
Yeah.
He had a
You
tough
just go
lane
for the
against
second
Viper.
mentality when you're having a really hard time in lane and you need to build yourself up. So he gets that extra bit of intelligence, but it's hard to say. You want the extra pure damage against the Viper. Because of Corrosive Skin, you want to make sure that your Sonic Wave is as good as it can get, so he might still go Axe, but it feels like they just need to lock people down. They need to get control, and since they picked up Zeus, they're lacking that a ton. So maybe he just goes in for... I've seen Yule Scepter do okay on the hero. Obviously, the Sheep Stick is the luxury pickup.
Zeus. Okay. There's a weave on him. They're diving him. Chuan.
Yeah,
Fearless. And well, he will go for God's Wrath first. Chuan might fall first. No! Grave once again ruins the plans here. And the Sonic Wave was stolen. No, it was Shadow Strike, rank 2. And Chuan will survive Mechanism and Grave. Yeah, it's an annoying thing. Dazzle can ruin your day.
Yeah, gonna take him down all the way to 60 HP, so he is going all the way back to the fountain, and in the meantime the tier 2 is going to fall quickly. The Precision Aura doing its work, Hellbear tanking it up with his aura intact, and this fortification is going to be the last one they have for a while. All outer tier 1s gone, and this is going to be the first of the tier 2s to fall.
Yeah, and Lion is looking for Faith. One right click can actually take him out. Dazzle was in position to get picked off here. What is this Lion doing? Okay.
They're trying to go for a big play here with
Burning.
Fan and Leg.
Grave,
Going in with the relocate, punching down Burning. Nice combo there, but on the eastern side, Ferrari will be able to duel it out, kill off the Zeus, and then try to TP away. It looks like he'll still fall. And Faith getting the urn up. They're actually going to kite out Fan, and it looks like it's still going to be a really bad fight for EP.
Oh, one more right click. Oh, the dust or the ashes from his friends. We'll take him out. Rubik with the quick urn charge will take down the Tiny, and well, it's 3 for 2. Viper and Drow lose their lives on IG, so it is not too bad a trade if you look at his goal change. It's only 1,000. Actually, no. EP actually come out on top of that. They lose Zeus as well as the Tiny with the Wisp. No, actually they lose 4, right? Yeah, they lose 4. Yeah. Lion, Tiny, Zeus, Wisp died there, but the goal change for them is higher because they took down 2 cores and they did more damage. They had less EXP because they lost more heroes, but they gained more gold actually. So it's not too bad for Old Chicken. As he was alive throughout all those kills. So what do you think he will get? I don't see a build that he can actually really go for to be optimal here. I think Aghanims would be the best for holding high ground.
Yeah, I think Ag's Hex is probably the build he wants to go here, but he just needs more and more money. He got 750 gold out of that fight, and it still just doesn't seem like it's enough. Denied the bounty run bottom, trying to just find a place where he can start farming himself up, but overall, it's just been not his game, and he needs to kind of build more. Get level 11, just get into fights with that level 2 Sonic Wave.
Lion, not sure what he was doing there. I think it was a very odd position. I would have gone for the Dazzle if I were the Lion. I mean, just one right click and a finger would have taken him out because he was at 493 health. So one right click could have brought him down to 450 for that finger. So I think it would have been an easy kill for him, but he opted for the more difficult approach, which was to die, and didn't work out for him. And
yeah. I'm really liking this Dazzle movement, though. Faith has done some wonders with this hero, and we've seen him going for a pretty interesting build here. He's actually going for 3 points of Poison Touch, 3 points for Engrave, and just the 1 in Shadow Wave. And I think this is actually pretty good, because I talked about how good Poison Touch is against Tiny here, and then the Shadow Grave, it's been just life-changing for a lot of these heroes, literally, with the range that he's been able to put out, the shorter cooldown. It's just huge for them to keep people alive in these fights up against all these nukers.
And we get Deja Vu from game number 2. 16:29 was the end game timing for EP in game 2, and IG knocking on the front door 15:45. Death Ball is back. Pop champ. Is it back though? Oh, silence on the Queen. Is Death Ball back, do you think? Impale missing as well.
I mean, we see that 6.84 is back to the tempo of 6.81 for the most part, but we still see some drafts can go for team fight-based comebacks. You look at the way EG drafts, and actually, we're going to see maybe... No, okay, they do kind of fall back in the end there. It looked like they were maybe trying to force the relocate play, but yeah, so I think that essentially with 6.84, that everything's back. Everything is viable, but the game is overall still pretty fast tempo. You don't generally draft a hard carry lineup. You don't turtle. You just go for a kind of mid-game centric lineup that can carry in a lot of situations. So you kind of I said, for EG, they go for like Void and Magnus. It makes it hard to breach high ground, and that allows them to play a little greedier. But I still see 13-minute wins happening. I still see 35-minute team fights being very prominent. Overall, it just comes down to which teams are facing off. I think everything is viable in this patch.
Yeah. There was a long post that said that greedy builds, greedy strats no longer. Well,
it's just too easy to punish them.
Yeah, too easy to punish. No longer as viable, and they're gonna try and pick off an Aegis here. I'm not sure how useful this will be. They hex him up, they finger, and they zap him, saving the impale for round 2. All right, they're gonna go in for a second one, except if you had any mana. So LT says, "I'm out, stun now," and no, he's gonna go back. So returns to base. He could have used the magic stick charges, but reinforcements were on the way. So Burning loses his first life, returns that Wraith Band. So Faith returns that Wraith Band to Burning, and Well, he's 6 slots once again. Oh, wow, Lion getting cornered there. He's going to get his spell stolen. It's Earth Spike for Rubik. That's a huge spell to get.
Boy.
Weave will catch him out. Chuan, easy stun, and that's a kill. The right clicks are going to get pretty insane here. With
Down bottom, though, they will go onto Luo. Going to be able to pick him up, tossing him back. This is still a lot of damage being mitigated. Vanguard and Hood. Bristleback turn.
Just run in front of him, damn it.
All right, and there we go. Finally, they catch up to him. Finally, they pummel him down. But in the meantime, that's 4 heroes up top here that are going to be pushing in while Tiny's low HP.
Space crazy. Well, there is a relocate, so they need to heal up and go for it. Here comes the death push. Burning doesn't have a second life though, so a big play here. A suicide, maybe a suicide hex here from the Lion could actually get things done. Faith is sitting in the background though, so I think that's the priority target for the Tiny Wisp before moving on to the Drow. But there is Ferrari. Being an absolute beast in the front lines with that Solar Crest on Faith. I think it's a crazy item. Tiny, oh no, they're going for Punic. What? Oh, they toss him back in! Perfect play here from that Tiny! And that's what he should have done for that first blood, but still, Grave, insane Grave, will keep him alive. Lightning Bolt, no time to go rough, everything, maximum panic here from the Zeus. He will not get the thing right and will not get a kill. And now with that perfect play that was from that Tiny, it turns out to be nothing, all because of that level 3 Grave. 850 range, able to reach all the way into the base, and the God's Wrath not timed properly there. I think Shell Too Late could have waited a little bit.
Yeah, definitely possible. Like, concerned that he'd heal up too quickly, but he doesn't probably realize that Shadow Wave is only level 1 or 2 at the time, so that's a big difference between the right play and the wrong one. But Tiny, he goes in, he doesn't count his timers. Looking at Avalanche, it was on cooldown for about 1.5 seconds more, and you saw that hesitation. He was clearly trying to cast Avalanche, and that was just not going to work. So he goes for the toss back. It still gets some good damage and forces Drow back home, but he sacrifices himself for it.
There we go, but Luo this time gets tossed up in the sky. Maybe Luo's too heavy. Only tosses Luo in the sky, doesn't toss him back to the team. And Luo's getting his mana drain there. This time he tosses him up. Again, not tossing back to the team. Getting graved up. There's Grave being brought down. But now Fan getting blown up. We talked about his Tiny being absolutely useless against Viper and Drow. And there it is. Without their Tiny, I don't think they can hold his base. And they lose a second set of Rex and possibly their run here in iLeague, as IG just take down that second set of Rex, roll down that middle lane, and look to close out the match maybe. But nope. They are actually just gonna run to the jungle and play it safe. You know, you never know with a Tiny Wisp what could happen, and they do not know that the Tiny has no buyback.
Yeah, not necessarily. So it's IG just playing it safe for now, but
you think it's over?
One thing I want to talk about real quick is Faith. Yeah, like this match and just in general, he is such a player. Yeah. Playing a Shadow Demon, Dazzle, any hero that can react to situations and change the scope of the battlefield, this guy can thrive on. Earthshaker I've seen him do really well on, but here in this game on this Dazzle, these Graves are absolutely perfectly timed to bait out the most damage and nullify it with the Shallow Grave. It's just been amazing. The fact that he's made the most of his skill build, the fact that he's been able to build up and farm a Solar Crest, I mean, just in general, this is how you play Dazzle, and he's just made it so that this is a pretty easy win. I think if it was Faith just playing an average game, if he was below par for IG, then EP would actually be about even at this stage in the game, but instead they're being just absolutely dominated.
Alright. IG go for the 2-step smoke into walk up to the base strat. Thunder God's Wrath will review the enemy squad. They were covered by smoke though. LT throws out the Finger of Death, gets him removed from the game. Chuan takes him out. There's a toss back from the back lines. A Grave onto Burning. Chuan stays alive. Chuan's still alive. Throws out the Avalanche, and that's fine, going down for the last time this game. A GG coming out from Zeus. 16-6 there. Ferrari gets stunned, but that's all that's going to be. And Lion only can retreat to his fountain as the throne explodes, and it's GG. Queen of Pain not able to pull this game around. And we talked about their Tiny not working out. Well, they had a few turning points where they could have made it work with some crazy tempo play, but ultimately it's similar to what happened in game 2. They just were not picking right for that Drow Viper lineup, and that Dazzle definitely a spanner in the works.
Yeah, I think they expected a lot more passive laning phase. They didn't expect the Viper up top or the Bristleback to be in the middle lane, and they misread IG's lineup in the early stage. It forced a lot of rotations, which made it so that they were very delayed in getting to their core items, and then the draft really wasn't suited for the Zeus either. So they misread what IG had in mind for the laning phase. They get pummeled in that laning phase, and it looks like they just didn't stand a chance. Really, they had to execute perfectly come the mid game, and they just couldn't get their feet underneath them.
Well, looks like the first team going home in the iLeague playoffs will be Energy Pacemaker and IG. Well, one of the TI5 invitees. Well, we do not expect them to go out so early, and they did not disappoint. They kept our hearts still for a moment with that game 2 loss, but then Energy Pacemaker brings them back. So Invictus Gaming, they will survive to fight another day. I think it will be Alliance tomorrow. Was it the Alliance tomorrow? Alliance versus IG again. I'm not sure how the brackets work. Could give it a check. We are at our last game this evening, so I believe it is, right? Are you looking at it? Right, I think Blaze has somehow left, but I believe it will be lower bracket round 2, so it might be I don't know, man. It might be Alliance versus IG. I wasn't actually following the games, but anyway, to find out, remember, follow BTS Beyond the Summit on Twitter as well as Facebook, and we'll post all updates there, so keep track of what happens and what happens when. And of course, you can follow me at Lysander, names on the top right corner. Blaze Casting, who has abandoned me. I'm not sure where he has went, and yeah, his name is over here. His name's over there, Blaze Casting. Do follow him on Twitter, give him a shout out for his analytical knowledge bombs, and I'll be right back with you guys tomorrow around the same time as well. Will be a mix of casters from the BTS squad once again. So we have some good old Cyclops, we have some Blaze and some me, and of course grand finals will be a mix of me, Blaze and Cyclops as well. So hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of this iLeague coverage. Thank you for your support, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. That's all for tonight. Much love and Kappa.